Hey guys, today we are going to look at the library in Lightroom CC. This is really just an overview of how you navigate and begin to organize your images by rating, ranking, and flagging them. When you shoot hundreds or thousands of images on a given day or week, you need to be able to isolate the good ones from the bad ones and to elevate them using various criteria. So that's what we're going to do here. We're in the library module, and over here I am looking at a folder from my previous Iceland trip sitting on a hard drive, Lightroom Fundamentals. It is indicated as being online. You can store images on any external drive or internal drive, and if the drive is not active or online, that will be a red light. You can still review thumbnails, but you will not be able to actively edit your images. So here we are, and we have a set of images that I want to begin applying various types of criteria that will allow me to quickly view the good ones. In grid view, the shortcut is letter G. Down on the bottom right, you have a slider which allows you to increase and decrease thumbnail size to whatever size within reason you would like. We're just going to stick it about in the middle here. And the way that I think about working with Lightroom and when I'm in grid view in library, I like to flag images. We're looking at this image. You can double click on it and it will remain in library mode. It won't automatically go into develop, but it'll show you a full size screen. You can use your arrow keys to navigate from one image to the next, and in your thumbnail bar at the bottom you will see the image going left to right. You can hit G again if you want to get the overview. The letter E will also pop you into full screen mode like this. Well, it isn't quite full screen mode, but a larger preview. If I think that this is an image that I want to work on later, you have options. You can rate them immediately by hitting the number keys 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5, and you'll get stars, or hit 0 to remove them. You can also use flagging. And to be honest, this is the method I use first. Flagging is my primary or fundamental method of literally flagging images that I want to work on. You can do that by hitting the P key, which you can also think as pick, or what I like better is to hit the tilde key, which is the funny little squiggly key next to the number 1 on the top left of the keyboard. This will toggle remove and flag, so you can if you accidentally flag something, you can remove it just by hitting the same key. So we're going to flag it, and what you see is a little indicator here that it's been flagged. We're going to scroll through these and might flag that one. So I have one hand on the keyboard, arrow keys, and one hand on the tilde key, and so you can just go through. You can also do this exact same thing in full screen mode. I like that one. Flag, flag, look. Oh, that one's not quite right. So there we go. That's flagging. What's really cool about grid view is that if you hit Command L, you will get this filter bar at the top show up and disappear. It only works in grid view. Command L is a different shortcut in different views, even within the library module. Here we can filter by attribute, and we can say show me all the images in this folder that I have flagged. And here we are. It's pretty cool. And we can look at this and go, wow, that one I'm gonna make a 3-star. That one's gonna be a 5-star. That one's a 5-star. That one I don't like anymore. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna hit the tilde key, and it is removed from the set of images, because I have unflagged it, and right now we're only looking at the flagged images. There is no right way to do this. So what you need to do as you shoot and begin using Lightroom is to think about how you want to elevate the good images from the bad in either an entire hard drive or shooting session or trip. Another way, and this is something I do when I have a batch of images that I've already flagged and rated, and I have the final edits, the ones that have been completely edited globally, locally, and potentially even in Photoshop. I might say that, okay, so this is a flag and this is a rating. This is not actually one that I've edited that much, but you can also apply labels. One easy way is to go down here to the little painter icon. Now, you can make it go away if you hit the letter T. So sometimes people get confused because it goes away. T, toolbar. You can grab this, you can say I want to spray labels. You can also spray keywords onto each image, flags, if you like the idea of spray painting. But in some ways, it's effective. You can just spray paint on labels, and then you'll have images. When you hit done on the bottom right, it goes back to its little home there. We can say, all right, I'm going to look at everything, and these images are now labeled red. So I can see that they're flagged, and a couple of them are also rated. This one is flagged and rated 5. So you go, okay, show me in this particular day everything that are flagged, labeled 5, and red. And suddenly we have a setup that shows me just those criteria, the images that meet all of those criteria. Turn that off, scroll that. Okay. The next thing I'd like to talk about is, because looking at individual images is good, but looking at groups of images together in a larger way rather than a thumbnail is often what we want to do. So you have options for selecting multiple images. If you click on one, let's do this one. Let's do these. So I have this one. I'm going to hold down the Shift key and click on this one, and it's going to select all of them in the row. There's still one that is more selected. You see that this is a little bit whiter and this is a little bit grayer. That is an important distinction, because if you want to apply particular developed settings later, it's going to take the original selected image and apply, when you synchronize, which we'll talk about in another video, when you synchronize developed settings from one image to another, it's going to take this and apply it to the other selected images. So there are levels of selection, so to speak, in Lightroom. So if I want to see this bigger, all I have to do is hit the N key. And that is a compare, or it's actually survey. Compare is slightly different in that you have a select and a candidate. I like survey a little bit better because you can look at these in larger and you go, okay, I don't like this one so much. You can hit the X and now you just have two. And if you want to see them even a little bit bigger, you can hit Tab and the sidebars are going to go away. It is really useful to commit to memory a few of these shortcuts so that you can work more efficiently with Lightroom, and it will become second nature as you begin to navigate through and work on these consistently. You can always hit G to get back to grid, or E for individual. So the next thing I want to talk about is not an attribute that you apply to these images. It's one that comes with the metadata, and the library module allows you to filter not just by attribute but by metadata, and you can say show me all the 5DS images with the 70 to 200 in this particular folder. And there's 67 files, and then show me those that are shot with that camera and that lens that are labeled red, and we have those. So that's kind of nice when you want to go, man, I had several different cameras, different lenses, just show me the ones that I shot wide angle or telephoto. And This isn't just a technical reason for allowing you to filter, because you think differently when you're shooting with different lenses, and maybe you want to edit a set of images that are only long views. And so this is one way to sort of remove the wide angles from a given set of images. All right, so that's about it for a very brief overview of how to navigate and rank and flag your images. We're going to talk about collections in another video, but hopefully this will be enough to get you going. Have fun.